Hello, it's Leslie Fightmaster, and here we are on day 32. And this is a fun flow class. It's part of a class that I used to take with my teacher. I really like the sequence. So, sitting up nice and tall, we'll bring the hands together in front of the heart. Close your eyes, set your intention. All intentions are always welcome, whatever you're feeling today. And then we'll take the hips back toward the heels in a nice long child's pose. Extend the arms forward, make sure their shoulders distance apart. And just start to spread out the fingers, rooting down into the hands, lifting away with the forearms, turning the inner arms, the inner upper arms, the biceps up toward the ceiling, and the outer upper arms, the triceps down toward the floor. And pressing down, make your way into down dog. Press some extra weight into the thumb and first finger side of your hand, and feel free to bicycle your legs here, moving any way you like as you start to stretch out your first down dog of the day. Maybe it's your first. Make sure that your arms and your ears are in the same line so you're not putting any stress on the neck. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale, peel the chest up. Cobra, hands off the floor. See if you can keep lifting up through your cobra. And then maybe hands down up a little bit higher or stay with the low cobra. Either way. And then press up to plank pose. Knees can be up or down. And then lift the hips to down dog. Look forward, stepping or hopping the feet forward. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold in. And inhale, lengthen the spine again. Exhale, keep that length as you fold forward. Inhale, press through the feet and rise all the way up. Look up. Exhale the hands to the heart. Samastitihi. Inhale, reaching up, lengthen. Exhale and fold in, hips over the heels. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale and step back to plank, chaturanga. Shoulders no lower than the elbows. Inhale, press through your hands and feet. And exhale, downward facing dog. Stretch back. Chest toward the thighs. Lengthen your spine. And reach the heels down toward the floor. Spin the inner thighs back. Firm the leg muscles. Pull up on the kneecaps. Look up, bend the knees, step or hop your feet. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. Inhale, root down, reach all the way up and look up. Exhale, samastitihi. Again, inhale, stretching up. And exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, step or float back, chaturanga. Knees can be down. Inhale, cobra or up dog is always your choice. And exhale back into down dog. So we're pressing the weight up into the hips and then reaching it down toward the heels and stretching out the spine as much as we can. So we can take some of that compression away that we get when we're sitting and standing. Look forward, step or float your feet. Inhale to lengthen and exhale to fold. Inhale, press down and reach all the way up. And exhale, hands to hearts. Again, inhale, sweep up. And exhale to fold. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, step or float, chaturanga. Inhale, opening the front of the body. Exhale, down dog. Stretching back. Right leg floats up on the inhale. Exhale, step it through by the right hand. Stay on the ball of the back foot, crescent pose. Get the right knee over the ankle. Hook your thumbs, lean back just a little bit, open the chest, and then back to center. Take your back foot flat, line up your front heel and back arch, and open into warrior two, making sure your right knee is over the ankle. Gaze over the fingertips and lift your chest. Inhale, reverse the warrior. Exhale, bend into the front knee a little bit deeper. Inhale to come back through. Exhale, windmill the arms down. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. And exhale, downward dog. Inhale the left leg back and up. Exhale, step it up by the left hand. Stand the ball of the back foot. Come on up into crescent pose. Reaching up. Hook the thumbs, lean back a little bit. Keep the belly lifted though. Take your back foot flat, line up front heel and back arch, and open right into Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. Gaze over the fingertips. Lift your frontal hip bones as you drop your left hip down toward the mat. And right hand to right leg. Lift the left arm up, reverse your warrior. Inhale back up. Exhale, windmill the arms down. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhaling, upward facing dog. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Stretch back and lengthen. And look forward and bend your knees. Step or hop the feet. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, bend the knees. Utkatasana. Reach up, weight into the heels. Press your shins back. And bring your hands right down the center. Take hands to the mat. Take your knees as high up toward the armpits as you can and start leaning your weight forward. Keep your gaze forward. Maybe pick up one or both feet. Keep lifting the heels up and then step or float back, Chaturanga. Inhaling into up dog and exhaling into downward facing dog. Float the right leg up on the inhale and exhale. Step it up between the hands. Spin the back heel flat. Inhale, Warrior 2 again. Exhale here. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, bend the right knee. Inhale, come back up. Straighten the leg. Maybe take a shorter stance. Shift your hips back for triangle pose, Trikonasana. So lengthen your torso over the thigh. Reach the left arm in line with the ear as you inhale. Exhale, release the left hand, take it behind the back, and roll your shoulder back. Right hand is to the floor or the shin, or a block if you have one. Keep leaning back over the thigh. I should really remember to bring props with me because it would have been good for this one. Release down into Chaturanga, inhaling into up dog or cobra, and exhale back into down dog. Left leg floats up on the inhale, and exhale. Lightly step it up, spin the back heel flat, line up front heel to back arch, Warrior 2. Gaze over the left fingertips here. Inhale to reverse your warrior. Exhale, bend into the knee. Inhale, come on up, lean forward. Straighten the front leg and walk it in a little shorter stance if you like. Trikonasana, triangle pose. So you want to try to get as much length as you possibly can before you take that left hand down. Reach the right arm forward, spin the tricep down, and then sweep that right arm behind your back. Rest it at the low back or reach around and hook your thigh. Roll your top shoulder back. Reaching the crown of the head forward and looking up to the sky if it's okay on your neck. Look back down to the floor, Chaturanga. Inhale, press through your hands and feet. Exhale, downward dog. Reach the heels toward the floor and lengthen the spine. Look to the hands, bend the knees, step or jump your feet forward. Inhale to lengthen your spine. Exhale and fold in. Hips over the heels. Bend the knees, chair pose, drop the hips, weight into the heels, reach up. And then bring the hands right down the center again, Bakasana, crow pose. Take the knees as high up toward the armpits as you can. Lean forward, squeeze the legs toward each other, round the upper back like you do in cat pose a little bit. Press away from the floor and either step or float back into Chaturanga. Inhale, pressing up, and exhale, downward dog. Float your right leg up on the inhale. Exhale, step it through between the hands, back foot flat, heel to arch, Warrior 2. Inhale, reverse, bend the knee. Inhale back up, straighten the front leg, triangle pose, shift your hips back, lean forward and then down. Extend that left arm over the ear as you inhale, and then exhale, sweep it behind your back. Look down at your front foot. We're going to keep going here in a moment. Okay, looking down, walk the back foot in. Halfmoon pose, Ardha Chandrasana. So right hand is about 12 inches in front of the right foot on the pinky toe side of it. Lift the back leg, your heel about in line with the hip. Reach the crown of the head forward. If you're steady, you can look up. Then slowly start to bend the knee. And we're going to land in side angle. Right forearm to right thigh. Keep that half wrap the whole time if you can, but if you need to release it, it's fine. And move through your vinyasa, or feel free to skip it and go to down dog. Left leg floats up, inhale. Exhale, step it through, spin the back heel flat, warrior two. Exhale here. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, bend the front knee. Inhale, come up, straighten the front leg, walk it in, shift the hips back, exhale, Trikonasana triangle. Inhale, right arm over right ear. Exhale, sweep the right hand behind the back, rest at the low back or hook the thigh, roll the top shoulder back. Look forward, press weight into the base of the big toe as you walk your back foot in. Lift it up when you're ready. Halfmoon pose, Ardha Chandrasana. Left hand about 12 inches in front of the left foot on the pinky toe side. Continue to roll the top shoulder back. Your ear and your hip and your heel about in the same line. And we'll slowly keep that half wrap as you come back into side angle pose with the forearm resting on the thigh. Then turn to look down, move through your vinyasa. Inhaling to up dog, exhaling to down dog. Look up, step or jump the feet forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, bend your knees. Utkatasana, chair pose, reach up, weight in the heels. Pull your belly in, drop your tailbone down. Bring the hands down, back to Bakasana. Keep the gaze slightly forward. Pick up one foot at a time. Maybe just practice taking weight forward. And then step or float back into Chaturanga. Inhaling up dog and exhaling to down dog. Right leg up, inhale. Exhale, step it between the hands, spin the back heel flat, warrior two. Inhale to reverse. Exhale, bend the knee. Inhale, come up and shift the hips back, leaning forward and down. Reach your left arm over the ear, stretch it out. Exhale, sweep it down and behind your back, roll the shoulder back. Look down, bend the front knee, walk the back foot in a little bit. Halfmoon pose just for a breath this time. And slowly start to bend the front knee, set it down into side angle. And this time, if you want to, you can add interlock. So either forearm to thigh or take your right arm in front and take it underneath the thigh. Interlocking, maybe even straightening the front leg. But be careful on those shoulders. It's a big shoulder stretch. Oh, there's someone's car alarm outside. And then looking down, moving through Chaturanga. Inhale, pressing up. And exhale back into down dog. Left leg up, inhale. Exhale to step through. Back foot flat, come to warrior two. Exhale there. Make sure your heel to arch, knee over ankle. Inhale, reverse, bend the front knee. Next inhale, come up, straighten the front leg, triangle pose. Shift your hips back as you create length and then come down. Shoulders are stacked and then reach the right arm forward. Exhale, sweep it down and behind your back, roll the shoulder back. Then look down, bend the front knee, walk the back foot in, keep the half wrap if you can. Ardha Chandrasana. And just a breath. So slowly start to bend that front knee, reaching your left arm either forearm to thigh or reach it around. Interlace for Paschimottanasana variation. Or you can maybe practice straightening the front leg with your bind. But again, it is a pretty deep shoulder stretch. Be careful. Take any variation that makes sense for your body. And we'll release, bringing the hands down, vinyasa. Or you can skip it and go to down dog. Right leg up, inhale. Exhale, step it through. Take your feet to parallel, walk your hands to the left. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, fold. Paschimottanasana A. Reaching the crown of the head down, lengthen through the spine. Maybe, if you're feeling frisky, shift your hips forward, come up into Mukta Shirsasana, freehand headstand. Use the wall if you're not used to it. Good, coming down. Make sure that the wrists are right under the elbows for that one. Then hop your feet together. We're going to take Mayurasana. So this one is a little bit tricky. Face your fingertips back. Lean forward, bend your elbows, make a little shelf with your elbows. Press the bottoms of the feet together is easier. Leaning forward, keep pressing the feet, balancing, lift the shoulder heads, and then we'll come back down. Hands out, step or jump the feet, and walk yourself to the front of your mats for a lunge. Make sure the right knee is over the ankle. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, sink in. Pull your right hip back, send your left hip forward. Drop down through the lower back as you reach up through the spine. And then inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, fold over the leg, Ardha Hanumanasana, or sliding out into a split. Pull your right hip back, though we want the hips to be level here, level hips. It's a real temptation to open up the hips and sink down lower, but we want to keep the pelvis as neutral as we can. And then I'm going to come into Pigeon Pose. So if you're in full splits, you can just roll off to your right hip, bend the knee. If you're in half splits, walk your right foot over to the left side of the mat and then bend the knee. Lengthen on your inhale, exhale, fold. Or you can stay up. Try and keep the hips level here as well. So if you're rolling off onto your right hip, put a blanket or a pillow underneath your right butt cheek. That's the best way I could say it. So coming up and maybe reaching for the back foot. If you can reach it, you can resist it away, or you can bring it forward toward the outside of the hip, and you can also resist it away as you square up hips and shoulders. Tuck the back toes, chaturanga. Inhale, press up, and exhale back. Float the left leg up, inhale, step it through, walk your hands to the right, feet to parallel. Grab the big toes or the legs. Inhale to lengthen, and exhale, folding in. Paschimottanasana D. Lift the shoulders away from your ears gently. Squeeze outer hips and inner thighs toward each other. And then halfway up, inhale. Hop your feet together. Come down onto your knees. And then face your fingertips toward your torso. Bend your elbows. Make a shelf with your elbows. Try to touch your elbows right in toward your belly button. Press your feet together, leaning forward for Mayurasana, the peacock pose. You could also straighten the legs out here. This is a little easier. Take the feet back down and hop it back out. Walk your hands to the front of the mats. Come onto your right knee, left knee over ankle, and inhale for low lunge, sink in. And pull the left hip back as you send your right hip forward. And then straighten the left leg, inhale. Exhale, fold over it for Ardha Hanumanasana, half split, or slide out. Keep pulling the left hip back if you're coming into the split, again, so your hips are squaring toward the front of your mat. And they won't completely square, but that's the action we're moving toward. Or maybe some of you, maybe they will completely square. And then roll off to the left hip for pigeon, or walk the left foot over to the right side of the mat if you're in half split, and bend the knee for pigeon. Remember, I forgot to mention on the other side, if you have any knee pain in this pose, take an alternate hip opener. You can lie down and thread the needle or another hip opener that you know. You always want to take care of our knees. We don't want any pain in the knees. Try and keep the hips level here. If you're rolling off to your left hip, put a blanket under. Coming back up, reaching for your back foot, or you can just stay up. Take the foot forward, resist it away, or you can keep it back and resist it away. Square up the shoulders and hips toward the front of the mat as best you can. And then we'll release that. Tuck the toes back to plank. Chaturanga, inhaling up dog. Exhaling back, down dog. Gonna look forward, step or hop through, lie down for bridge pose. Make sure the outer edges of your feet are parallel. Toes will point in a little toward each other. Come on up, press down, lift the hips, low back, mid back, maybe the upper back. Roll your shoulders under, and maybe interlace the fingers. Here comes our roommate again. Chin away from the chest. Spiral the thighs in toward each other and keep lengthening through the lower back. Come on down, either another bridge or hands up by the ears, and come into Ardha Dhanurasana. Line up your wrists and your elbows and stretch up. Lengthen out the whole front of the body. Or if that doesn't work, of course, stay in bridge pose. Breathing here. Stretch out the whole front of the body, chin into chest as you come down to rest. Just let your knees knock into each other. One more, bridge or wheel pose. Outer edges of the feet parallel, hands by the ears. If you're going up, make sure your elbows are parallel. And press up, bridge or Urdhva. Stretch out the whole front of your body here. The chest toward the back of the mat, reach the tailbone toward the front of the mat, like someone's pulling you in two different directions. Chin into chest to come down, and then hug your knees in. Gently rocking from side to side. Now pull the right knee in, and exhale. Take it over to the left side and twist. And look over the right shoulder. And then back to center, hug the left knee in, extend the right leg out, and take the left knee over to the right side to twist. And then back to center. I'm getting the leaves off of me. Roll yourself back and forth, up and down the spine. Coming up to seated for Paschimottanasana. Pull the toes back. Inhale, reach up tall. Exhale, hinge from your hips to come forward. Lengthen as you inhale. Exhale to extend. So you can stay up higher. If you can get the belly to touch the thighs, then you can lean forward a little bit more. There'll be a little bit of rounding in the back. Otherwise, keep the spine long. Continuing to exhale into the pose a little deeper if you can. Then inhale, head up. Exhale to release. And we'll bend the knees. Come onto your back again. Reach for the pinky toe sides of your feet for happy baby pose. Lengthen your tailbone toward the heels. And then either stay with that or extend the legs out to the sides. Stretch them out. You can hold on to your toes still or your legs. Trikonasana. And then let's release it. And we'll start to make our way into Shavasana. Yay, resting. So allow your feet to flop open. Reach your tailbone toward the backs of your heels so you can lengthen through the lower back. Arms by your sides with your palms up. close your eyes and just rest here. Completely allow yourself to sink right down into the floor. I'll be back shortly with our quote. As you're resting a little bit longer, our quote today comes from Michael Gilman from a book of 108 meditations, and it's actually written about Tai Chi, but I think it translates to yoga very nicely. So I'm going to change Tai Chi to yoga. Approach your practice of yoga with a mixture of awe, respect, and love. Realize that people have been doing the same movements that you are now doing for at least 20 generations. And every time you start, the cumulative greatness of this art is expressed through you. You are the forward edge of the wave that is moving endlessly forward, pushed by the entire ocean of the past. Take a nice long breath and stretch yourself, arms overhead. Stretch out your arms and your legs. And bend your knees, roll to your right side. Pause a moment to honor your intention and to honor yourself. And slowly make your way up to seated. And bring the hands together in front of your heart. Hands to the forehead to remind us to have clear and loving thoughts. Take our hands to the heart to remind us to have clear and loving intentions. And our hands to the mouth to remind us to have clear and loving communications. I honor you for your practice. Let's send out this wonderful energy to all beings everywhere. Namaste. Thank you for joining me on your mat today. I hope you feel good, and we'll see you back tomorrow, I hope. Please push the like button and subscribe and comment. Let me know how things are going for your Yoga Fix 90 challenge. And share the videos if you can. Please make a donation of any amount if that's possible. There's a link right below. My email address is always below as well if you want to contact me. I have some retreats coming up in Sedona in April and Ojai in August. You can always email me for information, and I'll get them up on fightmasteryoga.com soon too. Bye. Have a good day.